In this video, we'll talk about equality bias. It refers to people's tendency to weigh people's opinion equally, regardless of their expertise and competence. When a group makes a decision, the final decision is usually whichever the majority of group members agree upon. Going with the popular vote is comforting to group members because it diffuses the responsibility for potential errors in decisions and prevents decision makers from being socially excluded. When group members have a similar expertise and competence, the equality heuristic provides an instrumental decision-making strategy by lowering decision makers' cognitive load and reducing disharmony within the group. This shared decision-making approach has its advantage in overcoming biases held by individuals. The diversity in viewpoints of group members and the procedure of how a group decision is made are very important in overcoming individual biases. However, when eliciting and considering opinions provided by group members, we need to be cautious. We must assess the likelihood that people's opinions are interdependent and biased, and consider whether their opinions should be weighted equally. In some cases, the crowd does provide wisdom, but it is also common for that wisdom to be held by a minority. To trust the crowd of wisdom, it is recommended to employ the select crowd strategy, selecting the crowd by their expertise, skills, and knowledge, and then averaging their opinions instead of assigning equal weight to all members. If we assign the same weight to the views from both experts and non-experts, we may fail to leverage on the expertise in the group. Some leaders are enthusiastic about the idea of majority rule. It is important to bear in mind that increased group consensus cannot and should not be used to indicate accuracy. Put differently, group consensus may not represent the best decision. Just because one proposal is approved by strong majorities doesn't necessarily lend credibility and quality of the proposal. In school board meetings and most of group meetings, decisions are made by selecting the choice that has the majority vote. If the voting members' expertise and competence are not taken into account, the majority may go awry when making decisions, like the blind leading the blind. Instead of giving everyone's opinion equal weight, it is critical to consider information that can help determine who the expert in the room is and know whose confidence to lean on. Two brains are not necessarily better than one. Some leaders ask a committee to make a group decision after the leaders themselves have already made a decision, such as hiring a preferred candidate, offering a contract to a preferred vendor, or selecting a preferred curriculum. The committee is then used by the leaders to shirk responsibility when things go wrong. To manipulate group decisions toward their preferred option, some leaders purposely invite those who don't have expertise in the subject matter and encourage the loudest voice, which happens to be aligned with the leader's preferred option, to dominate the group discussion and deliberation. In the end, the leaders can claim that it is a group decision made through a democratic process. When things go well, the leaders claim the credit, saying they trust the group decision. When things go wrong, the leaders distance themselves from the decision, claiming that the decision is made by the group, at least the majority of the group, and they themselves have nothing to do with the decision. They simply follow the will of the group. This is one of many reasons that shared decision making does not necessarily produce quality decisions. In this video, we talk about the equality bias. We tend to weigh people's opinion equally regardless of their expertise and competence. Now it is time for you to provide an example of the equality bias and reflect on how it influences decisions made by you or the people around you.